Good evening. Welcome to episode 1 of Behind the Armour. Thom, did that get you in the mood, mate?
That's it. I'm ready for it.
Absolutely epic. Well, greetings to everybody that's watching. My name is Chris Dawes. I know I'll be new to you from Visual PR. Delighted to be doing this production. The man in the know, my right-hand man, my wingman, Thom Bolton-Bramley, the digital marketing coordinator and now presenter extraordinaire. Thom, you ready for this, mate?
I am, yeah. It's a new one for me, but I'm ready to go.
Absolutely. I mean, just very quickly, what is your role? It's fairly explanatory, but just make sure everybody knows.
Yeah, so people might see me around the rink on match nights, sort of getting content, but sort of the main crux of my role is coordinating the content that goes out on social media and emails. So either putting it together myself, or we've got an amazing set of volunteers on match nights as well that are part of the media team that help put that stuff together as well.
Fair enough. So you're the one that does all the wicked stuff that the players are cursing you, getting them to do then?
We're very, very lucky actually in that we've got a group of players that are sometimes I go to them and think I'm going to have a bit of a hard sell here, and they're like, nope, really up for it. So very, very lucky on that front.
Good banter. That's what I like to hear. And that's the aim of tonight, everybody that's watching. Please do get involved wherever you're watching, whether it's on YouTube, on the Facebook channel. I already see that we've got Maximilian says hello. Drop your comments in. We'll see it with your profile photo and your profile name. Get involved, especially when we start getting the guests out. If you've got any questions, let us know. We'll be able to put them on the screen, and the guests can actually answer them live to you during the show. Great to see Hockey Freaks UK say, good luck, Leeds. You're in good hands. He's the best. They must be talking about you there, Thom. Not me. And I am going to quickly catch up on these because it's brilliant to see that it's coming in. Marie Gilbert says, hello. Greetings to you, Marie. Karen Brown says, hi. Ken Quinn says, hi guys, welcome to. This is exactly what we wanted, Thom, wasn't it? Everyone getting involved.
We knew the Knights fans wouldn't let us down. They're the best.
You did say that as well. I'm telling you now, he did tell me that as well, and I trusted him. Okay, well, we've got a bit of a mix coming up tonight, as Gaffer Cake says good evening. With a good variety of guests, haven't we, this evening? We've got 3 players in Matt Barron, Oli Endicott, and Kieran Brown.
That's right.
We got the gaffer.
That's it.
Ryan, yeah, Ryan's joining us. But someone who I could keep waiting for ages, but I'm not, because she's very, very nervous, bless her. She should trust us by now. And she's in the bottom there looking. She's going to hit us later, I tell you now. I am going to pause you for a second before I bring her on, because we're going to speak to the partnership manager. And the reason why I'm pausing is that it's brilliant. You're piling in with this brilliantly. Lucy, Alex Six says, Thom is boss in the media. Keep up the good work. Well done, Thom.
Thank you. That's very, very kind of you.
James Wells says, evening, fellas. Evening, James. Welcome to the show, mate. Fiona Broomfield says, hi, looking forward to this. Bless you. Thank you very much. And I hope you do get to enjoy it. No problem, Ryan. I've seen that he's switching to phone already. Grace says, hi, guys. I'm excited for this. Thank you very much for that. June Neely, says, hi. I missed it. You're coming in so quick. I'm missing the comments as they're coming up. Sarah Valentine says, best fans in the league, right?
That's it. Sarah knows. Sarah knows.
There you go. I'm sure the players that will be on later will agree with that as well. Ken Quinn says, sat in the truck 120 miles away watching. You legend, Ken.
That's the dedication of the Knights fans.
Isn't it just? That is absolutely epic. Karen Brown says, hello to everyone. Some great emojis there, perfectly fitting for this as well. Emma Gibbon says, hi, fellow Leeds Knights fans. Marie Gilbert says, we're definitely the best fans, following the best team in the league. Hey, the stats don't lie, I guess, at the moment, do they? Katie Cupcake, Thom and the media team have been smashing it this season. Well done. Brilliantly creative. I will agree there. Dave Emmett says, loving all the extra media this year. Great job. And I hope you enjoy this, guys, as well as another edition that they're putting on. Evening from Leeds Knights Official Supporters Club, says Gail McNamee. So welcome along. Apologies, Thom, you're not getting in with these at the minute, are you?
All right. No, it's great to see so many people on and engaging. It's really great.
It is. And it's the same as I can see the likes and the loves and all of that. We've got Michael Joseph Fallon, Claire Williamson, Ken Quinn, Luke Barraclough, Dan Reed, Sarah Samples. All of you just put in the likes and make sure you're sharing it as well. Oh, my very own Thom Cotton. That's my video producer. Evening, Tom. He is watching as well. He created the intro video and what have you as well. Lorna Air, says, hi there. Good luck with episode 1. Thank you. Oh, this takes the biscuit, though. Lucy's watching from Turkey.
There you go. There you go. All around the world. We're going with worldwide takeover.
It really is. Then you've got Ellie Holroyd. Holly says hi from Switzerland as well. So over in Switzerland. Michael Joseph Follen says, can't wait to get back to the castle. I bet you don't forget, this Sunday is the Remembrance game as well. So it's against Swindon Wildcats, Remembrance game, back to the castle on Sunday for you all. Hadrian Summers says, excellent work on the social, Tom. Hi to all the Knights fans. Let's go cheese slice.
There we go.
What does that mean?
It's an in-joke.
Apologies if I've inadvertently offended anyone with that one. I'm not aware of it. Good evening, Leeds Knights fans. Cannot wait to get back to the castle. Let's go, says Lita Patterson. Aaron King says, let's go, Leeds Knights. Fusion, big up the Knights. Nita de Laporte says, hi, Verity Thomas. We're tuned in. From Nita de Laporte and Andrew Schofield. She's just giggled at that. We're going to be bringing her on as quickly as I can. Roberta Lee Bolton-Bramley. Notice that she spelt her surname right, Tom.
Yeah, I did not spell my surname right. Yeah.
I shouldn't have grasped you up there, should I, really? Sorry, mate. Loving the content. Well done, Tom. Glad everyone else is singing your praises. Yeah, that is lovely. Katie Kelly says, hi, looking forward to watching. Aaron King says, I can't wait for the Knights to take all 3 silverware this year. That's got to be your target, hasn't it? Fiona Brumfield says, I'm on a train from London back home to Leeds. This will make the trip much more fun. Watch out for those tunnels, though, Fiona. Yeah. They'll lose us.
Or they'll be available afterwards for catch-up.
Exactly. You can catch it. If you miss a bit, then it'll be there to watch back later. Gaffer says cheese slice as well. Good evening, guys, says Luke Standage. Bradley Woods tuning in from Dubai. Up the night. Goodness me. And Nicola Kelly says, good evening, massive LK. Let's go, Leeds Knights. Right. I'm going to pause your comments there because we need to get our guest on, bless her, because she's got to get back to what she's doing as well. We're going to bring out now Verity Thomas. Well, good evening, Verity. How the devil are you?
I'm doing all right, Chris. Are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How warming was to see that massive comments coming in from the fan base?
That was really, really nice. And I can't believe that you said that I was nervous. But yeah, it's so nice that everyone's tuning in, and I am honoured that I am the first guest on the show.
Good point. Yeah, well, that's why you made out you had to leave early, didn't you?
Of course.
Right, Verity, partnership manager. What does that role entail?
So a partnership manager, the easiest way to explain it is probably to split it into 2 sections. The first is managing the sponsorship and the hospitality side of the business. So attracting new businesses to be involved, raising the commercial revenue, and enticing a new market to come and join us at Leeds Knights. Part of my role is also looking after the sponsors on board. We've got an amazing group of sponsors headed up by our title partner, Morley Glass. So it's my job to make sure that they are happy throughout the season, getting what they need, and hopefully they will stick with us year on year. The second part of my role is probably growing the brand. Leeds Knights is a pretty new team, so we need to put quite a bit of legwork on behind the scenes to get that brand out in the city. Leeds and Yorkshire is a massive, massive area, and we've got a lot of competition with the likes of Leeds Rhinos and Leeds United, and getting our name up there, ideally level with that, would be nice. So my job role consists of doing that side of it as well.
Well, they've certainly put you in a position of strength to be able to do that with the silverware that's mounting up at the moment, haven't they?
They have, yeah. I mean, I can't take credit for any of the silverware. That's all Ryan and the boys. But yes, I'll go with we like having silverware.
It helps, doesn't it? I mean, you joined in June, is that right?
Yeah, June. Yeah, I'm one of the newbies. Yeah.
And that you used to be, this was your first foray into ice hockey. You've now got the bug, but before it was in other sports.
It was, yeah. I worked in sport for about 13 years. So I'm pretty regular to sport. Prior to June, I was at Wakefield Trinity for 10 years, running their commercial department. And then prior to that, I did a number of years at Manchester United. The job role has been pretty similar across the board at all of the clubs. In the nicest possible way, it's sort of irrelevant, the sport in a way. The commercial department, it's the fundamentals are the same, regardless of the sport. So ice hockey was extremely new to me up until June, but it's not hard to get the ice hockey bug, that's for sure.
It's quick, it's exciting, it is really impressive. I mean, Thom, I guess that what you and Verity, it's a very two-way relationship.
Yeah. Well, we're a very new team. I'm even newer than Verity. So I only started in September. So we've been working alongside each other since then. And yeah, we've been sort of helping each other out, really, both sort of new to the organisation. So yeah, it's been nice to have each other, I'd say.
No, and I can understand that. I mean, what's the plans, Verity, for the future? I mean, you've kind of given the goals.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got creative ideas in mind yet, or is that a work in progress?
I think future-wise, there's a number of things that we need to work on. The off-ice team. Firstly, bums on seats is something that is really, really important to us. We've got a lot of conversations going on behind the scenes about how to do that. We would absolutely love to get a sellout crowd for every single game. So we're working behind the scenes on a number of different things. Commercial revenue for me is obviously at the forefront in my role. Working out different ways of how to do that, working on new business relationships, working closer with our sponsors, that kind of thing. And also just making sure that the team is stable in Leeds and growing that brand. Like I said, it is a tough ask with the competition that we've got, but I don't think there's any harm in trying to reach that goal and having those aspirations to do that.
The impression I get, both as a fan and as obviously a commercial entity involved in ice hockey, is that from a fan perspective, is there's loads of people don't really know that they're going to love ice hockey yet because they might not have watched it, or if they've gone once, they might not have fully understood it. But I only found ice hockey in 2019. I am absolutely obsessed with it now. Once I understood what was happening, that's it. I've got the bug and I hate this again now. And it's like trying to get people to that stage is one of the challenges, isn't it? And once as a fan, you're at that stage, well, you don't know what their business interests are that could get involved as well.
Yeah. I think that is one of the biggest challenges for us, actually, getting people through the door in the first instance. I know we've obviously got a big task on our hands. Oh, are you still there?
Yeah, I can still hear you. Can you hear us?
Hello, are you still there?
Yeah, can you hear me? Oh, we lost her there.
That was working. Technically, that would be the biggest hurdle.
Yeah, we did. We did. Well, it might suddenly reappear, but I mean, in fairness, we kind of got the essence. So if she does rejoin, we'll see. But otherwise, it's not a problem, because we were seeing that it's really about promoting the brand, connecting with the fan base, connecting with the current and potential sponsors and partners of the future. And it just feels like there's a very solid foot in there for her and you and the whole team to be able to do that. Oops, she's back. Let's add to stage. Hello.
Hello. I don't know what happened. The joys of technology.
Right. We were doing an executive summary, so you're okay. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. But I was just saying that it's a good, serious foundation there with the success, with the exciting brand of hockey that is played at the Castle. It's encouraging if you can get people to see it.
Yeah,
that you'll get them to stay. And I have to say, sorry, Verity, one other thing I did remember what I was going to say was that compared to some other sports, for sponsors and for fans,
yeah,
there's a lot more interaction with the players and all of that. It's a sport that has really impressed me.
I think I noticed that working in football that you know, the access that you actually get to the players, there isn't any.
No.
Rugby league is pretty similar to ice hockey in that basis, that they're really, really accessible. You know, that they'll always give you a hug or shake your hand when the fans come through the door, and that's really, really nice. And I think, you know, that I'm sure the fans will agree that the minute that they walk through the doors at Planet Ice, it sort of feels like a family in a way, you know, and that's not just the fan base and the sponsors, that is also the hierarchy behind the scenes as well, right the way from the top down to the bottom, you know. And I think that was something that appealed to me when I first got introduced to the Knights, that it does feel like a family. It is a really, really nice environment to be involved in. And, you know, I'm sure a number of the sponsors and fans will agree that you don't get that everywhere. I think we've all seen it. And this is why we really, really hope that fans do help us out with inviting the neighbours and inviting their family members and their colleagues from work, and they're singing our praises. And we need their help, you know, and if they're our eyes and ears on the ground to, you know, entice all those new people coming in and buying tickets, that's absolutely great. And, you know, if we've got a group of sponsors that are singing our praises to other businesses and showing the value that they've got from their sponsorship packages, and, you know, we've got some really, really great opportunities that businesses can get involved in at the Knights. And we need your help. So this is a great platform to say that directly to the fans, that we see you, we hear you. You know, it's really, really important what they think of the, you know, the club and us and the players. And we're just massively grateful for the support that they've shown us over the last 4 years.
Absolutely. Andrew Williamson, by the way, says a good addition to the socials. So again, that's some great praise for everything that's been going on. I think that sums it up, and I know I've got to release you from the binds of this precious situation, Verity. And anything, Thom, that I haven't asked that you'd like to bring up?
No, I think you've covered on everything there. Really, like, again, sort of touching back on what we were saying about the ice hockey bug. I always, it was something we always say together. Is the biggest barrier is people just having them been walked through the door. Once they're through the door, they love it because it's fantastic. And match nights at the Castle, like I say, the fans make it such a good experience that anyone coming for the first time would feel welcomed. And it's just such you don't need to understand the game to have a good time at the Castle, because the fans are there sort of having a party in the stands from start to finish. So it's just great. You know, even if you're not really sure what's happening on the ice, you'll have a great time in the stands with fellow sort of like-minded people.
100% agree. Well, Leeds Knights themselves have said Verity has been a fantastic addition to the team. Hard work and dedication really shine through. Paul Cedric. Yeah, and Paul Cedric says Verity talks loads of sense and makes a cracking brew. There you go.
Thanks, Paul.
She does break a lot of plugs with that kettle, though. I will let you in a little secret.
No, don't say that. Planet Ice might be watching.
Nita de la Porte says, see Verity Thomas, I told you would love it. She
did, actually. Me and Nita used to work together at Wakefield Trinity. And she was a Knights fan when I started. So she was very go Knights in our meetings at work.
Absolutely. Lovely comments. Dan Reed said, Knights a great addition to Leeds. So the town, or is it a city or a town? I've lost track now. City, yeah. And to the hockey community. So lovely comment from Dan Reed there. Andrew Williamson says, have the season cards arrived yet?
Hopefully by the game on Sunday, yes.
I just thought I'd pull a pin there. It's all been so positive, but I'll just pull a pin and throw one in there. Listen, Verity, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
And keep enjoying it as well. That's seems to be a big one. So make sure that continues. So thank you, Verity. Before you disappear, I will say that the next guest we're going to get on is the gaffer. Ryan Aldridge is on next. Evening, boss.
Hi, mate. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Have you all switched to your phone now?
I have, yeah. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's absolutely fabulous. And clearly, the other people in your house are definitely watching, because Sue Aldridge says, "Aldridge children watching." Hadrian Summers says, "Ryan Aldridge, the Alex Ferguson of the hockey."
That would
You'll
be
take
nice.
that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, all day.
And Sue says, "Look forward to seeing Daddy. We love the Knights, the Aldridge family." So lovely to see everybody involved. Although I have to say, sorry, Gaffer Cake says I'm the gaffer. I clearly need to start referring to you that. But welcome to the show, Ryan. I said earlier, didn't I? What fabulous timing that we get this show happening when you've got yourselves back up to the top of the league as of last weekend.
Yeah, it's obviously always nice to be up there. I think we haven't had the best of starts so far this year, but yeah, we're still sitting pretty, which you can't really complain about that.
I mean, the big one that I see, again, just from I've got it up cheating on my second monitor, it really does look like a league where anyone can beat anyone at any time.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry, my Steve's calling me. It's everybody's got everybody's either got an import goalie this year or got an import defenseman, and I think it's just improved the league tenfold. Improved in Bracknell. We went into Bracknell, lost a game in Bracknell, where the last 2 years we probably would have rolled in there and rolled out. So it's great. It's great for the league, it's obviously it's tough for us because we have to play some games that are a little bit harder. But as a sport and as a product, I think it's 1,000 times better.
Yeah, I mean, agreed, it does. I mean, you're clearly going for the hat trick, aren't you? 23, 24, looking for 25 as well. And you now know, I mean, will it make it an even bigger achievement because this has been blooming hard if you get it this time?
Yeah, it was hard the first time. I think the way our team played probably surprised the league a little bit the first year, and the team that we had. And then I think last year was probably pretty special because everybody wanted to hunt us down, and we managed to do it again. If we were lucky enough to do it the third time, of course it would be amazing. It's tough. Every team comes into our building wants to beat us. Every team that we go to wants to beat us, and that's part of it. I think this year we've had the slow start because we've always been being chased, and I think maybe that's taken a bit of a toll on us. In some games we just think we're going to win, and that's not the case anymore. So I think we might have turned that corner now as a group. And like I said, I don't think we played the best so far this year, but we're still managing to sit at the top of the table. So yeah, obviously, we don't always talk about wanting to win and going out and doing it, but of course, inside the locker room, we've got our eyes on it for sure.
And I say you're at the top. That's not just in the league; that's in the cup mini league as well, isn't it?
Yeah. We've had a really good start in the cup, so I think it's kind of in our hands now to lead that group. So.
Yeah, I think someone said in a comment earlier that you're going for this clean sweep this year because, of course, 2 years ago, wasn't it, that you won the playoffs and the league?
Yep.
This year, didn't get the playoffs, but you got the league. Next year, you're going for the clean, as in this season, going for the clean sweep.
I think the cup probably means a little bit to all of us. I think, before I came into the Knights, they'd lost in a cup final to Swindon. And obviously the last 2 years hasn't worked out. And I think for all of us, that's probably the one that's eating away at us a little bit. And without being probably the easiest one to win, really. But I think with our group, especially the last 2 years, and hopefully we've learned from the losses that we've had, we're so young that it's those big games that take their toll on us. The championship games. And I think the course of the season, I think we can get away with it. We can play our way, and there's not that much pressure in each game, but when the big pressure situations come up, we seem to fail. And hopefully we've learned from that the last couple of years, and we can go on to get one of them.
Thom, get ready to jump in a second, but what I will follow that up on is that has to sound daunting as hell to any other team to go, we're still young, so we've made those mistakes and we're turning the corner. That must excite the hell out of you as much as it does terrify the heck out of them.
Yeah, I think we're still the youngest team in the league. I know we have been the last 2 years, and I'm pretty sure we still are. I'd be shocked if we weren't. And yeah, I think it's probably an older group of guys probably couldn't handle my personality right now. So we're lucky to have the group we've got. There's no doubt about that. We've got young, very skilled, very offensive minded hockey players, and it's the kind of group that I want to I like to work with. And they're a group of guys that I love working with on a daily basis. We had some one-on-one meetings with the guys yesterday, and it's always nice just to sit and have a coffee with them or that sort of situation. They're great young men.
No, I agree. And Tom, come in with a question in a second, but I'm just quickly going to catch up on the comments. Nicola Kelly says, good evening, Ryan. Absolute boss at the Leeds Knights. Great work and another great season ahead. Top coach. Paul Kelsall says, good luck for the season, Ryan Aldridge. Michael Joseph Folan says, family always enjoy going to games when they're weekend visiting. And I agree. It's such a great family thing. I go with my wife and daughter as well. Tommy Harrison says, going to be a tough season. If we do 3 in a row, it'll be amazing. The boys deserve it with the way they have ground out those wins. Hopefully playoffs and cup to bring home too. No pressure there, Ryan. And finally, Dan Reed says, Eggers, Bailey and Mikey, great additions to the team. And that's a key thing. Tom, jump in with a question, mate, because I know I'm hogging it. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, no, it's fine. I mean, it's been slightly different this year, hasn't it, Ryan, with the introduction of Leeds Knights too, and sort of seeing that pathway. We've had, obviously, Edgar's Vengis gone from junior night all the way through to the first team. So how pleasing is it to sort of see that you're creating a pathway for young players to make their way in the game?
Yeah, I think for the sustainability for our team, it's massive. We obviously have, I think there's only Baldy that lives locally, really. So, housing for us is a big part of our budget. So obviously, if in the future, not only do we want a homegrown talent, we need it. So we, when Steve and I sat down and talked about putting that second team in, I think we probably decided we needed it quicker than we were probably planned. But yeah, going back to Edgar's, I think I can remember the day I walked in there and I was talking to Seth, and Seth pointed out the 3 young guys that would probably be the first to play. I probably thought Edgar's was 4 or 5 years older than he was. I was kind of looking at him like, not quite sure about that. But yeah, to realise how young he was and the type of, again, it just fits into our whole team. Like his personality is, he's a phenomenal young person. He's a team first guy, even at his age. He's a skilled lad, but he plays a really intelligent hockey game. So I'm like really excited for him to be the first one to play for us. He's the first of many, I'm sure. Some were just waiting for them to hit their 16th birthday before we can get them in the lineup. But playing that second team is obviously massive for them moving forward. So yeah, we're glad we've done it.
I had a player say to me, remain nameless because it's not, there's no point saying that, but they said that when a team that is trying to sign them has this second team and youth program coming up, it actually attracts them to sign for that team. Even if they're going to be going straight into the first, it's attractive to see that whole process. What's your response to that kind of comment?
Yeah, I don't know really. I think people do, I think without sounding like world changes, I think that the league has changed because of the Leeds Knights over the last couple of years. I think everyone's improved because we've improved the league. And I think, players want to be looked after these days. It's not, we don't earn millions. So players want to go to a team that's they're looked after, or, they're looking after their British talent, I guess. And I guess that's probably half the reason for it. But yeah, I don't really know, to be honest.
Okay, well, that's quite interesting. That was a point that, let's just say, a player has said that as an example. That we do look at it and see all of that there as well, that there's a future there within that team. Talking of youth, I'm going to also throw another one in, and we'll speak to him about it later, because Oli Endicott's on, obviously, as a guest shortly as well. And you coached him in the OHA UK Academy, didn't you, right back then?
Yeah.
So your paths crossed way back when.
Yeah, I mean, I went to school with his dad. I played hockey with his dad. We were best friends growing up, and I obviously went and played away for 10 years or so. And then I came back to Swindon. He obviously had children, and one of them was Oli. yeah, he ended up coming through the program. I think we've got 5 players on our team that came through the OHA program at some point. But yeah, he's a phenomenal young man. He's a massive part of our locker room. You know, he wears his heart on his sleeve every night. So yeah, sometimes he can be a handful, but he's definitely a massive part of our team.
He's being a handful. I can see him in the background being a handful now. He's enjoyed your praise there, mate. He's bigging it up. He wants more. Yeah, see, he's going more.
That's it. You can't give him too much.
He was definitely enjoying that one. Just quickly add in the later comments. Paul Castle says this guy's the best coach in the league by a country mile. Great for those young players. Lovely. I know, I'm sure that is embarrassing to hear, but that young players comment coming in is really nice again as well.
Paul
Sorry,
was actually our general manager at Okanagan, and his son also came through the program. So Jordan Kelso, who now plays for the Panthers, so he knows me pretty well.
Fair enough. That's qualified opinion then. Marie Gilbert says Ryan is correct. The Knights are a special team. Every player gives 100%. Passionate. We love our Knights at the Castle. We have truly embraced the sport. Picking up on that, Ryan, I used to be a football fan. I struggle to watch football now that I've got into hockey because it's not quite that same. That give 100% it's just always, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I think I'm probably demanding of that with our group at times. But I keep going back to being a special group. The fans love our group because of the type of people they are. There's no doubt about that. You know, we go back to we don't earn millions, and we also understand that they pay a massive part in the wages of the players. So, yeah, I think the players are huge. That's why the fans love them so much. You know, they are all approachable. You know, you got your Olis. You know, most people in the crowd love to see Oli on a daily basis. So, and they're all the same. You know, all the players are exactly the same.
Give 100%.
Yeah.
Give the hits, take the hits, come off, and then be the friendliest guys ever. It's just this wicked mix.
It is. It's normally the tougher the guys that are on the ice. It's the nicer the guy off the ice as well, which is a fun one.
I'd agree. It really is impressive. Sarah Valentine says, my completely unprofessional opinion, but it seems like the extra ice time Bailey is getting now playing for Leeds Knights 2 is really helping his game.
Yeah. So Bailey and I met actually in Swindon in the summertime to talk about his future. I think he needed something, to gain confidence, and he was thinking the same thing. He said his actual words were, "I'm glad you thought that," because that's exactly what I was thinking. So it is. I want him back in the lineup at some point. I think the team will need him back in the lineup at some point, whether it's this year or next. But it's definitely doing a world of good for his confidence right now. He's a leader on that team. I know that the coach, Davies Lawrence, is over the moon with him. He wears the C on that team. He's supposed to be phenomenal in the locker room with the boys. So he gets to play power play, penalty kill, which is obviously not for us. So it's, I think that's the proof in the pudding with that second team. It's going to do a world of good for those younger players that aren't going to play big minutes in our team.
And hasn't it made that league blooming exciting for the number of seconds that are in there and things like that? It's like a really fierce league in itself.
Yeah, no, it's definitely getting better. British hockey hopefully is on the up, and it starts with the younger guys for sure.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. I don't know whether you can or will answer this, but I'm going to put it up anyway. Yep. Gaffer Cake says, Ryan, how is Lewis after his injury at the weekend?
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. He had a little bit of glue on his cheek, but bless him, he's a pretty tough kid. He's all right.
That's okay. I always worry about that because I know that in ice hockey you don't talk about the injuries that much, do you? You kind of keep it...
No, we wouldn't if it was something that could be affected in a later game, but no, he's okay.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Lucy Lexic says it's excellent to see the talent pipeline is working so well and so quickly. This is a good question. Andrew Williamson says, what has been your favourite game you have coached the Knights?
I don't know. I'm permanently punch drunk, so I forget most things. But I probably Coventry, because I think being so young, I think it just took so much to get that game over the line. And I think people stepped up in a real different way than they normally step up. And I think that's probably the most rewarding one for me.
Fair dues. I like the sound of that one. I'm going to put this one up because you can break it rather than Oli addressing this one. But someone called Gareth Endicott has said, how good a player was Oli's dad? And his second comment was, scored more goals than his son, right?
Yeah, he was a lot softer than his son as well.
Ollie's going no.
Yeah, his son knows where the corners of the rink are, but his dad didn't.
I'm not one to stir her out, but yeah, absolutely love it. Thom, anything else that we want to ask Ryan while we've got him?
No, I think just echo what we've already said about obviously the team and everything. Like I say, being great on the ice, but off the ice as well, as I say, as being part of the organisation myself now, see sort of how good a group of boys these are. And they're always willing to give their time up for the fans and things, regardless of results or anything. It's just really great to see.
I agree. And Ryan, do you sometimes have to remind yourself how young some of them are because they've kind of been around a little while now around you?
Yeah, of course. And I first hold my hands up. I forget at times. I'm probably too demanding. I ask too much at times. But for me, it's about performances. I think as long as we work hard and we play hard, I can't complain. The fans can't complain, even if we lose. I think I've probably had more goes at them this year for winning hockey games than we have at losing them. So it's a funny one. But I think, for me, if this is my last comment, I think, is we are a young group. And, for our fans, we're not going to win it every year. At some point, we're not going to. And then we'll see how this, that's the time we see how good our fans are. And we need our fans to be good for the young boys because they are young. And we live in a pretty brutal world at times. So just remember how young they are.
I like that. That is a great comment. And I think that is the perfect ending comment there, isn't it? That really makes sense of it. Katie Kelly says, you're all amazing with the fans. They engage with my son on a weekly basis, which is very special. Thank you. That's what got me hooked. My daughter's now 12 and 5 years ago we started watching, and it was to see how they interacted with her, how happy they made her. That was what got me hooked on it even more than the game, I think, in all honesty. So kudos to you and the whole team. Clearly the comments, people resonated with what you said, Ryan. They said, how much do you adapt your play style to the team? Oh, sorry, this is a question. I clicked on the wrong one there, but how much do you adapt your play style to the team we're playing that particular game? Good question.
Yeah, it is a good question. And this year, probably more than ever, we've done that because I've never felt really that we've had to. I think we've always been the game we play, people have to adapt to us. I think this year is a little bit different. But this year as well, I brought guys in to play with certain people and that kind of chemistry hasn't come to light yet. So we're still working on ourselves, to be honest with you. Of course, we have to, approach each game differently. They've got 2 different teams to play this weekend. But for the most part, we just worry about ourselves. We know what we've got in our locker room. We've got a ton of skill, a ton of speed. We've got players that can put the puck in the net any minute at a time. And I think we just try to work on that as much as possible, play an exciting offensive game. And we don't really worry too much about other teams.
Yeah, no, I get that. The ones I did mean to click on that was for your comment earlier was obviously applause there from Tommy Harrison. Gaffer Cake says, we will be behind you whatever the result. Lisa Patterson says, well said. Casey Patterson says, little sister had a mascot package and they made her feel so welcome. So lovely comment. Ryan, I think we could carry on talking to you forever and hopefully we'll be able to get you on episode 2 as well. Yep. Thank you so much for joining us, mate. It's brilliant to catch up with you and see the man behind the achievements. Keep up the great work, and we'll see you very soon.
Thank you very much. See you all soon. Take care.
Appreciate it. So that was Ryan. Next up, we're going to bring on one of your imports. It's a forward. It's Matt Barron. Let me change it around because need to put you on centre stage. Matt Barron, good evening, mate.
Good evening. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you. We're good. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate that. I saw you not misbehaving like these two, Oli and Kieran in the background. They're sat there like a pair of schoolboys messing about, goodness sake. But Matt, you were behaving.
Of course, it's not like them to get up to no good. That's for sure.
They're laughing about that, funnily enough. Second season with the club then, Matt?
Yeah. Obviously, last season went well, so there was no reason for me not to come back. I enjoyed it, and yeah, just looking to kind of build on some of the success we had last year.
Absolutely. And you have recently passed 100 points for Leeds Knights already.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's kind of a good one to have in the back pocket, but yeah, obviously just focused on winning games is the main thing.
And you've been given the alternate captain role this year, I see.
Yeah, I think my kind of style is just to, kind of be a leader and play both ends of the rink. And Ryan seemed to think it would be a good fit. So, it's an honor to be a part of that.
I'm right in saying you're 25 years old at the moment. Is that right?
Yeah, 25. I feel a bit older than that, but 25.
When did you start playing?
Well, so my dad's actually a hockey coach as well. So he had me in skates as soon as they fit on my feet, I think. So I started skating at around 2, maybe 3, and then kind of had the gear on shortly after.
Yeah, and that was over in Canada, presumably, yeah?
Yeah, back home.
The big one, I know that when I've spoken to some other Canadian players coming over, is that over there, you've got we don't have a luxury of as many ice rinks as you do. I think that's the easiest way to say it. They're like everywhere you turn, aren't they?
Yeah. My hometown is, I don't know, the population's probably like 8,000, and we have kind of 2 rinks in one. So there's always lots of ice kicking around.
Which is what we need, isn't it? Because you need to be able to get out there. We were talking about ice time with teams, but even just to sort of like rec play as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard because there's a lot of like public skates and that thing here, where back home that's not really as popular because people are around it more. So I feel like that kind of takes up a lot of the ice and can kind of limit the amount of time you get for, kids that want to get on and play hockey.
Now, talking about this season, and Thom, jump in a second, but you are now. I'm going to go with the lesser at the moment. You're third in the points scored for the team at the moment, and yet you've done that with being the top scorer. Let's go for the more impressive one that I'm sure you're happy with. Top goal scorer with 14 goals this season already.
Yeah, that's unfamiliar to me. I've never even been close to that. So I think it's just kind of shows you how good the line mates I have. They've been incredible so far. And I think to be able to put the puck in the net is obviously big for the team, but it's also a good personal feeling as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at, for example, Bissonnette. He's got 24 assists. I mean, you must be licking your lips with that as a goal scorer then.
Yeah. Getting out in the ice with him is makes the game pretty easy because you just got to find a little opening and he can get the puck to you. So it's nice.
Incredible skills for such a big guy as well. I've noticed something though, and the top 3 point scorer for the Leeds team at the moment, Matthew Bissonnette on the top, Matthew Hayward in second, Matthew Barron in third. So does that mean that Kieran needs to change his name to Matthew to get within the top 3?
Maybe. I think he'll be fine, but I guess just a cool name. Can't argue with that.
It makes the difference, mate, doesn't it? It makes the difference. Clearly, it does. Thom, while I have a look at the comments, any questions for you to jump in with, mate?
Just what are the biggest differences, I suppose, between, obviously, you've come over to British ice hockey. What are the sort of big differences from back home?
I think it's a bit more offensive here. Back home is a lot more system-based, where teams are kind of strategizing basically how to keep it out of the net instead of how to put it in. So here, obviously, with the skillful group that we have, we're kind of focused on scoring goals, and obviously we still want to keep it out of our net, but there's a lot less like dumping pucks in and chasing them compared to we like to kind of attack off the rush and try and get chances that way.
Fair shout. Now I'm going to put this up, and I apologize if I shouldn't, but someone's put "Talk to me, Goose."
I think so. When I came over last year, I think the fans kind of picked up right away. I look a little bit like Miles Teller from Top Gun, and I forget the guy's name before that in the original one. But yeah, it was funny because my sister, she always said to me that I kind of looked like him, and she was the only one that ever really said it to me. And then as soon as I came over, all the fans were talking about it right away. So it was kind of funny.
I don't think we've helped that with getting you on camera here, because I agree. As soon as I saw that message, I went, yes. There's worse lines for people to throw at you, isn't there?
Yeah, I'll gladly take that one.
Absolutely. Marie Gilbert says, evening, Matt. Glad to see your tooth has been fixed.
Yeah, same. I'm glad it's fixed as well. It made it tough to eat for a little while, but we're back in business.
In ice hockey, they're luxury. Don't worry about that. It's fine, isn't it?
Yeah, I've lost that one a couple of times. Chipped it a few too many times already. So
I felt really bad because the game Matt did that, I then had him film like loads of content in the days afterwards. So bless me, he just had his tooth missing, but was still so game to film everything.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because Noah lost his right before. I think it was like a shift before mine, and then when I chipped mine, I looked at him and told him I didn't want him to feel left out. So had to do it for him.
I love that one. I love that. I'm going to put this up and then straight away put someone else's, because they both follow quite well. So Ken Quinn has asked, Matt, of all the teams you could have gone to, why Leeds Knights? And let me put the next one up, because it says, what made you move to the UK, says Andrew Williamson, and what attracted you to Leeds? So start with the UK and why Leeds Knights.
Yeah, I think the UK, I was looking for kind of a change of scenery. Obviously, growing up in North America, it's all pretty similar, and sometimes like the system that you play in, it can be kind of ruthless. Like you can just kind of be released at any point, and nobody really cares much about it. So I wanted to come over and obviously have some stability. I knew I had to do my job, but to have that stability and Leeds was because when my dad coached over here, he got to know Ryan pretty well through his year here. So when I kind of decided I wanted to come over, Ryan reached out, and it just kind of all worked out.
I always sort of think, do you get homesick coming over? It might be such a silly question, but it just feels it's a long way, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely sucks at times. Like I find over Christmas, it's a tough one. Obviously, you want to be home with your family, but you don't always get that luxury. But I've been away from home before, so I'm kind of used to it now. And like I said, like at times, you miss your family, but overall, I'm just enjoying playing hockey.
I was about to say it's that wonderful ability to play hockey. I think Ryan Aldridge is going to beat me up for that one, because he says, don't remind him of that. Oli Endicott has put, Matty Barron, who's your fave player?
Well, probably not the guy that asked the question.
No. Oh, he's shocked now. He is shocked. He's going mad.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Favorite player?
Kieran's pointing at him now as well, by the way.
There's something about, I love watching Bales play. It's always 100%, and it doesn't matter who's in front of him. So I'll go with BP.
But they're both upset now. Nicola Kelly says, number 37, a great contribution to the team, been an absolute beauty this season. Well done, Matt. Keep up the good work with the Knights. So lovely.
Appreciate that.
I like this one, Lauren Baker. So I was saying about it being the three Matthews, first, second, and third. She says it's a Matt trick. That's cool.
Yeah, I think I heard that one the other night. I don't know if it was Lauren that said it or if it was somebody else, but Matty Haywood was talking about it the other night and said that he heard it, and I thought it was a good one.
That is a very, very good one. The Mighty Duck says, I'm starting hockey at age 13. So it's a lot older than you did, obviously, Matt. But any recommendations?
I would focus probably on the skating aspect of the game first. Stick handling is still tough for anyone, especially me sometimes. So I think once you mix it in with the skating, it can become really tough. So kind of get the skating base down and then get the stick in the hands would be probably my best advice.
Like it. Thank you for that. That was a good answer. Eva Summers, we might have already answered this, but if there's any more to add, please do. Says, how does hockey life here compared to Canada?
I mean, overall, it's pretty similar, I guess. But like I said earlier, it's mostly just kind of how it's played. Where, you know, in this league, it's a bit more offensive. Where back home, it's kind of a bit more defensive. So.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Charlotte says, favorite team to play against.
I think
I like that because most people ask the other way, don't they? They normally people ask the other way, but I like your favorite to play against.
Yeah, I don't know if it's one in particular, but I definitely enjoy when we play teams that we're kind of competing against at the top of the table. It always makes for an intense game, and it's much more fun to play in front of. So, I mean, you got like your MKs, your Swindons, your Hulls, and that sort of thing. Those are kind of the fun ones to be part of.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. Katie Cupcake also says, great penalty shots you took a few weeks back, Matt. Do you approach them differently to standard goal scoring? And if so, how?
Not necessarily. I think you kind of have ideas of what you want to do heading into it. But overall, it's just kind of finding a move that you're comfortable doing and that works at the end of the day. I missed my last one, so not too thrilled about that. But yeah, kind of found something that worked for me, and obviously people are starting to catch on, so have to switch that up a little bit. But yeah, just kind of focus on your strengths, I guess, would be the one I'd say.
I've always thought, though, is that it's harder to score a penalty, I would have thought, surely. And so do you actually go and go, well, the pressure's actually off, or does it still feel like I'm expected to score?
I feel like the pressure's kind of on until you kind of skate up and touch the puck. When you're thinking about it before, you can kind of get into your own thoughts a little bit. But I feel like once I get the puck on my stick, I'm just kind of focused on the task and nothing's really in my head at that point.
Yeah, I don't envy you guys taking that, that's for sure. Fiona Brumfield says, hi, Matt, it's great having you on the team. What do you enjoy most about living in Leeds, other than playing for the Knights, of course?
I think it's just kind of the freedom to do kind of what I want, as far as, you know, if I want to go check out the city, I can, or if I want to hang with the guys, I can. That's a big part of it, as well as the guys on the team, because we spend a lot of time together. So, yeah, I would say those two things, just kind of getting to explore a little bit and hanging out with the guys.
I like it. I'm just flipping through because I'm conscious of the time. Someone's also said, how does the golf compare over here compared to back home?
A bit more cold, just because when I get to do it home, it's in the summer. But definitely a bit colder here. But the courses are kind of different style courses, but they're a lot of fun to play. Just happens that at the minute my golf game is terrible, so hasn't been as fun lately, but we'll get back to it hopefully.
I love it. The Gaffer Cake says, Matt, are you looking forward to the quiz and bingo night?
Yeah, 100%. I think the nights that we do get together with the fans are always fun, and you know, you get to hear their side of the things and what they think of the games and all that, and it's pretty cool to hear some of the feedback.
It is. And apologies, I can't get to everybody's comments, and there's all sorts of things about favourite food and favourite part of the country and all of those, but I'm conscious of the time. Thom, any questions that I haven't asked that you think we should do?
Oh, that's a great one. No, I think we've covered everything there.
That's fine. I was just conscious that me and the viewers have been hogging all the questions from you there, mate. I will just put this one up. Who's the best golfer on the team?
Definitely not Harrison Walker, that's for sure. I think I beat him a couple times straight up, so I'm not going to go with him. I'll go with Matt Bissonette. Made 2 birdies at the Hodgkin course the other week, so that's my pick.
Fair dues. Listen, Matt Barron, thank you so much for joining us, mate. Appreciate it. Keep up the great work and keep enjoying everything over here. Oh, there we go. Daniel Harrison says, goose or rooster?
I mean, no preference really. I feel like I've heard rooster probably more than goose just because of the more recent film. So I would say rooster, but they're both kind of funny to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. I do love that one. That's seriously cool. Listen, mate, thank you so much for joining us. So that was Matt Barron that was with us. But next up, we're going to have, I'm nervous about this now, having watched them down there the whole time. We're going to now have Oli Endicott and Kieran Brown. Matt Barron, thanks, mate. Right, gentlemen. Hello, look at you sitting there like butter wouldn't melt now.
Right.
Yeah, welcome to the show, guys. Thank you for your patience. I know that you've been sat there for a good while. Wow, I mean, I'm going to start with you, Kieran, because obviously you're the captain, you're the all-time leading point scorer for the Knights. And yeah, third season of being captain, and you join us at a point when you have got the team back up there to the top of the league.
Yeah, you know, when Steve called me and wanted me to come to Leeds, I was really excited, and I didn't really know what to expect, to be honest, because it was a new team. But yeah, I've never really looked back since then, and I'm really excited to see what the future holds for the Knights, because I want to be a part of it.
And how? I mean, you know, I'm sure you've heard Ryan making the comment. It's a very different one this year. Everybody's hunting you guys down because you've done it 2 years in a row, going for that hat trick. So you're like the hunted now. And it's an incredible league this year. Just looking at it, that anybody has shown that anyone can beat anyone. And you've had to therefore deal with that a little bit more this year, something a little bit different compared to the last couple of years.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good thing, though. I think, you know, not that it gets boring, but the fact that someone's always chasing you and they want to beat you, it makes it more fun and more competitive. So, yeah, like you just said, anyone can beat anyone in this league, and that's proven this year. I think the league's definitely got better, like Ryan said. But I think it's a positive thing, and, you know, it's a good thing for young Brits coming through, because it just shows that this is a league that you can make a living out of.
Third season in a row as captain, that must fill you with some serious pride as well.
Yeah, it's obviously an honour. You know, I'm still young, so when he gave me it, I was a bit nervous because I was trying to tell older guys what to, not necessarily what to do, but like help them, and it was a bit strange because I was younger. But yeah, it's obviously an honour, and I'm loving being the captain again.
No, first, yeah, because I'm 23.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That is so cool. Like, and captain, it certainly shows that something was seen. And currently, after last weekend's games, you're only 9 points away from 450 for Leeds Knights.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
That you're going to celebrate that when you get that, surely.
Maybe we'll see.
I love that one. Oli, even younger, 20 years old, and you've recently passed 50 points for Leeds Knights.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's not quite 400 and whatever it is, but I think I got a slightly different role on the team. It's been a bit younger, and, you know, Kieran's one of the guys I look up to on the team, and as for a lot of the older guys. But I think I just, you know, keep doing my thing and know my role. But 50 points is pretty good for me.
Well, absolutely. And you're alternate captain, have been alternate captain for Team GB under 20s last year as well.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I think, you know, when they gave me that at GB, I was pretty happy with that. I think I'd been in the GB program for like 3 or 4 years. And last year it was quite good to pick up the assistant captain and be a bit of a leader on that team, as everyone obviously on the team is the same age or a little bit younger. So I was a bit gutted we couldn't quite get gold, but obviously I really enjoyed it being in Scotland as well, you know, at home, so my family could come and people like that. So it was good.
No, I do remember that now, being over here. And you know, Ollie, you come from quite a nice hockey family there, to say the least.
Yeah, quite a lot of well, not quite a lot. My whole family, like my mum, my dad, and my little sister, all play hockey. So yeah, pretty
Yeah, because
busy.
your sister's going well as well, isn't she, at the moment?
Yeah, she is doing pretty well at the moment. She's still young, but yeah, she's probably scored more goals than I have right now. So bit of a tough one, but yeah.
Yeah, I hate to warn you, but Ryan's just chuckled down in the camera, so you know you might be losing your place at this rate, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think I'm one of the top 2 in the family, but at the 4, I'm probably 3rd or 4th. If you ask,
Yeah.
that kind of sucks.
Oh, behave. I'm just going to quickly grab, because we've got loads of comments coming in, which is absolutely brilliant to see again. Well, first of all, Ken Quinn says, "Oh dear, crime watch."
We're well behaved. I don't know what people are on about.
No. Just no need for that, is there? Casey Patterson says, "Ollie, Ollie, Ollie." Good question here. What's it like being surrounded by Canadians? Well, that's fun.
I don't know. I think it's quite cool. Like Matty, you know, well, we have some other undercover Canadians like Bo and stuff on the team. So I think they're good guys. I think some things they say are really, really wrong. Like it's data, not data, zebra, stuff like that really winds me up. But other than that, no, they're really good guys.
I love that. That's so true. Nicola Kelly says, "Number 41, a great player, one of the few who brought my love for hockey back to light. Also a legend for starting Sign the Baby with my youngest." Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. I think at the end of the year we do like a massive signing table and like one of our last games, and I think I was only meant to have like a photo with the like little baby, but I thought I was signing it. And then all of a sudden, I'm just like signing the baby and passing it down the line to the whole team. And then we all end up signing the baby's little baby grow. But, you know, she didn't cry, so main thing.
But that's impressive. That's really, really cool. The Mighty Duck, though, said, "Let's take that hat off and put a better team on it."
The Blue Jays, these are nasty team, man.
Don't shoot the messenger, all right? It's nothing to do with me. Marie Gilbert says, "Ollie, do you feel that you get targeted more than others? It seems that way. It must be frustrating."
I think, you know, you guys can only see what's going on. I think I don't really help myself in some situations against other teams with maybe what I say or how I play. So I can kind of take that. But it is what it is. I quite like it. It makes me play a bit better if, you know, I'm not liked by other teams. I think that means I'm doing my job.
Getting under their skin sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, fair shout. Nicola Kelly says, "Number 12, from my very first game, Kieran Brown has always been my favourite player. You're a great captain. Keep up the good work. We love you, Leeds Knights. We do." Hashtag.
Wow.
So there
Thank
you
you so much.
know, I had to even it up, you know, because Ollie's got his fan club watching and commenting. So I needed to make sure that they weren't dominating. Casey Patterson says, "Little sister is so happy seeing Ollie. She wants to start hockey after she received your stick on her mascot package."
Oh yeah, I remember that. Hopefully, you can maybe use that in the street or something and start, you know, get going with that. Cut it down a little bit.
I mean, Kieran, are you, you know, as the captain as well, is that, and I can speak as a fan and as a father of a young girl, that are you aware as players of just how much, I don't even want to say responsibility, because that makes it sound like you have to, but the effect that you have on the young fans in particular?
Yeah, I mean, from being a young fan myself and going to watch the Sheffield Steelers when I was younger, I mean, when you're young, you don't really see it, but like now as I've got a little bit older and more mature, I'd like to say, I do see that, and yeah, and I really appreciate it, and it does actually really mean a lot, because I know, you know, end of your career, you're going to be, people won't know who you are, like, at the end, and I've seen it happen to people, so, you know, you should really appreciate what you've got now and how kids look up to you.
So, I mean, is it a fair assumption that as a captain, you even kind of make sure that everybody keeps doing that in effect?
Yeah, you've got to keep that going for everybody.
Yeah, it just makes a real difference. It's very different to some other sports, shall we just say? Leave it at that, rather than name that one. Jasmine Milton says, "Are you guys going to get revenge on Harrison at some point for all the water bottle antics at the end of games?"
Yeah,
Discuss.
We're gonna get him. We're not gonna say when or how, but we're gonna get him back, and he's not gonna like it.
Yeah, he's got me like 3 times this year, and it's not happening. So he'll have to wait.
Fill me in. So I've not seen this. What's this all about?
So at the end of every game, like before the player of the game awards or whatever you want to call it, he unscrews Gospel's bottle of water, and he'll go around and pick someone who I don't know what the reason is, but he'll pick somebody and just empty the water over them. So he needs getting back for that.
Yeah, he does.
So you've been picked on that one, Ollie, as well.
Yeah, a fair amount of times as well. I would like to say he's done it to a lot of people, but I feel like every other week it's back to me for whatever reason. I don't know, but I'll have to get him back at some point.
Yeah, you're not supposed to go under everyone's skin. You know that.
Yeah, that's the worst. I think I get under half our team skin more than anyone else, to be honest. I think there's a lot of love-hate relationships on the team with me. Sometimes it's like, yeah, all right, Ollie, let's go. Yeah, move on.
I don't believe it for a second. Right, Gareth Endicott says, "So, Ollie, game 7 and a penalty shot in the last minute. Who takes it, you or your sister?"
Easy answer. I can answer that one for you.
What, me? Nah, yeah, I mean, well, I don't know why he's even coming on and commenting something like that, but probably might have to let my sister take that one, to be honest, because she does have a better shot than me, and she might be a bit smarter than me too, to be honest. So.
I love that honesty, mate. Fair shout to you. That's really, really good. And Andrew Williamson says, "How has Ollie enjoyed getting called up to the Elite League?"
I mean, it's been an experience. I do enjoy it, but obviously my club right now is Leeds, and you know, Ryan lets me go there if I get the call up, if there's injuries and stuff like that, and it's been fun. I mean, it's a very different level and standard. You know, there's a lot more imports and stuff like that, so it's a lot harder. I think the game's a bit faster, but all around, when I've been there, it's been good to be around that professional environment with that kind of outfit and league, I guess.
Well, and I'm going to turn that to you as well, Kieran, because one of the things that's always interested me is that you've had multiple call-ups to the Team GB training camps, haven't you? And what's that experience like?
Yeah, it's a massive honour, and it's a totally different level. You know, it's every single player is like a professional. That's their job, so it's a totally different level. But yeah, the camps have been amazing and a real eye-opener for me to show me what I got to be doing to be playing at that level. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, it opens up like that. And picking up on what I had felt already, and Ryan was saying earlier, that the league is getting harder. The second teams that are being put into to sort of create the more of a path upwards that could keep going up, is that it just feels that because Team GB kind of lost its way, then came back and then lost its way a little bit again. And this could give us the foundation, is my opinion from the outside, to start growing. Does it? Am I right in getting excited about that?
I'm not really too sure, to be honest. I mean, there's a lot of good young Brits that are playing in the National League now that could potentially go on to play for Great Britain. But I'm not really sure how it works and the ins and outs of it. But yeah, I think it's a good thing that our league's definitely getting better. You can see it massively this year with 3 imports. Some teams have got import goalies, and yeah, it's getting tougher for for British players to get into even the National League. I think it's really becoming a good level of hockey.
Ollie, you were sort of nodding your head to that, though. You feel that
I agree. I think since I started playing in the National League when I was 16 for Swindon, and since then, I think to now, I think the league has changed massively. Again, what Kieran was saying, I think basically, not to repeat what everything Kieran said, but I agree. Every team's got better. Every team can beat anyone. So I think it's not really a case of whoever we're playing bottom, or for example, Telford this weekend, they're currently bottom of the league right now, and we won by 1 goal on Sunday in Leeds, and I think we won by 2 goals on Saturday, and that just shows the gap from like second to wherever we are first to last is, you know, it's not as big as it used to be.
And Kieran, I see this quite often, is that quite a few teams from, let's just say, the top 4, 5, 6, whatever it happens to be at that time, when they're playing the teams that are struggling that year, they can quite often, I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to be blunt about it, struggle to raise their game to their normal level.
Mm-hmm.
Any idea why?
Like, not to be disrespectful to any of the teams that are at the lower end of the table, but I mean, they find a way sometimes to just bring you down to their level that they're playing at. You know, like when we've played against MK this year, and I was injured, so I was watching, and you can just see it, like the level is just like different level. And then not really this year, but maybe last year, you play like a lower end team, and it's honestly hard because you can't keep that same level as if you were playing MK. So it does really make it hard, and it can be a tough place to go sometimes in the lower end teams because you never know what's going to happen. So
it's not a, you know, to use football parlance, they're not parking the bus. It's a different tempo game in general.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think one of our hardest games of the year, like not only because we lost, but like I think we always struggle against like the Bees, like on the road, because it's a long trip. Like if you think like in Leeds, we play in front of like, I don't know, 1,700 to 2,000 fans every week, and our fans are amazing. They're loud. They get behind us, and then it's like going to Slough, to play the Bees, and their rink might only have, I don't know, but they might get like 200 fans, and it's not as loud, and they're not cheering for us, and it's a smaller rink, like the layout, and it's just like you've got to find a way to get up for them games. I think this year we didn't against them, and that's why they proved that they can beat us, and that's when I think it was a good wake-up call for us to show, like, yeah, we really do need to switch on, and like any team can beat us, so we need to bring it every night and just find a way.
Which I think comes back to the comment that Ryan said at the beginning, that it's got to be exciting / terrifying for the rest of the league, is that you guys are still learning those things and turning those corners as a group of youngsters. And that is just terrifying for everyone else, that there's still more to come from Leeds Knights.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I think, you know, like you just said, we're still learning. Like the team's very young, and we're still learning some certain situations. So, you know, once we can grasp that and we're a little bit older and we're more mature, like people could be in for a real bit of trouble. But yeah, it's definitely a good thing.
No, I love it. Right, quickly catch up with the comments. Jump in, Thom, if you do want to, because otherwise I'm going to be going comments.
Oh no, yeah, I was just gonna touch on something that we talked about at the top of the show when you said about players being scared of me lurking around, wanting them for content. Not these two boys. No, they come to me. They come to me.
Love it.
The other week, I messaged Kieran. I had an idea, and I was like, I do not think he's going to go for this. I messaged him. I was like, do you fancy this? And can you get 2 other people involved as well? Not only did he say yes, I was in a meeting the day we were doing it, and 3 of them walked in, head to toe, dressed as ghosts, ready and raring to go to film the content.
Yeah, we love the TikToks. Get that TikTok, I love it.
Yeah, it's fun. I think the TikToks are quite funny. I like the, you know, because obviously on like a Tuesday, Wednesday when we see it training and stuff afterwards, I'm always like, you got any more TikTok trends to hop on or what? Because I think they're brilliant.
Yeah, it's been really good. It's really the fans seem to be really warm into the stuff with the guys sort of doing. Obviously, they love the hockey, but they also love seeing the guys just being themselves and seeing that different side to them. And it's really, like I say, it's really great that we've got a team that really sort of embrace that side of it, because it just enhances the experience for the fans as well.
And I dare say that they're already commenting, saying that absolutely they love all of that, because they've been piling in so well. Really impressed with all of you fans.
Wait until you see a sneak preview for Behind the Armour. Wait until you see Oli Endicott as a 50-50 seller. That one, honestly, that one's going to go crazy when you see
might have got myself a new job. That's what I'm saying.
Love it. Well, if you get too much under people's skin, that's what you go and do instead. Then. Lita Patterson says though, Evie said, "Did you eat all the 12 she got you?"
Yeah, but I didn't share, so just
Yeah. Paul Sedgwick says, Kieran, did your mum treat you to anything nice with her 50-50 win at the weekend?
No, she didn't actually, but she did tell me she won. But I was expecting a nice little takeaway or something, but no, I never got treated. So she's in the bad books for that.
Yeah, absolutely, but you'll forgive her, I'm sure. I'm going to put this up there, and you might just say move on. But there could be an interesting answer. Charlotte says least favourite player to be matched up against. That could still be answered in a positive way, couldn't it? I think.
I got one. It's not for anything bad. Malazinski for Swindon, just because he's so good at what he does. And to be honest, this is a wrong answer because I actually love playing against him, but I hate him at the same time because he's so good at what he does. And, you know, the moves he does and how his vision and how smart he is. And it just honestly inspires me. I watch him and I'm like, that's crazy. I don't even know how he does that. But not necessarily, I don't hate to be playing against him, but probably the least favourite. Oh, is that a Swindon fan?
Not sure. It might. Don't know.
I'd say Malazinski for me, just because of how good he is. And he can make you look a little bit silly sometimes.
Do you have one, Oli, or is that a move on from you?
His favourite player to match up against. I don't know. Maybe my uncle, when he played in the league before he went, Neil Lydiard, maybe he's my least favourite player to be matched up against.
Yeah, that was quite a shocker because he's gone to Oxford now, hasn't he?
Yeah. I don't know, really. Like, I don't think there's any many like players that like matched up against. I think it's more like teams. I think just give us like harder games and stuff like that, or give me a bit of a hard time. So maybe more.
I know what you mean. Interesting question. Phil McManus says, what's your favourite hockey movie?
Mine would be either Mystery Alaska or I like Youngblood. I like that one.
Mine's Miracle, 100%.
Okay, I like it. Better answers than I was expecting there. Joe Shire says, who's got the best flow and tash?
Right here.
I don't know.
Right here. This is homegrown talent for 20 years.
Mate, I've been growing this for 20 years.
I mean, to be fair, who's got the best? Bailey's definitely not got best haircut, but he's got best tash because he's had one since he's about 9 years old. So I'll give him best tash.
Fair dues. Well, someone else has also said, Gary Cheetham says, are those tashes for Movember or do you have a bet on with the rest of the lads? # Magnum PI ordered from Wish.
No, yeah, we're doing it for Movember. I think they're gonna be put on the socials very soon, just to try to raise money for the cause. So you'll see all the guys with awful mustaches probably coming up in the next month.
Yeah, I've seen a fair few do that for Movember, and then they suddenly decide they like it and they stay.
Yeah,
it's quite a scary outcome in the end. Katie Cupcake says, Oli is such a fan favourite for a really good reason. His energy and good vibes really seem to bring up the rest of the team. I love that he keeps the energy of the team up during tough games. I think there's a few of you that do that from what I can tell as well, to be fair.
I think just all about knowing your role, really. I just think, like, you know, try and stay positive and get the boys to keep going and just go out there and create some energy and buzz about, throw some hits around, and I don't know, just kind of be myself. And I hope that the guys appreciate that. And yeah, that's it, really.
Yeah, I think it's important to enjoy it as well, isn't it? Ken Quinn says to both of you, most technical team in the league to play against?
Peterborough Phantoms.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Slava Kulikov was a really good coach. I had him at GB, and yeah, he's so systematic that it's honestly hard to play against sometimes. So I would definitely say Peterborough.
Yeah, I'd go with Peterborough too.
Okay, good question. And there, Ken. Jasmine Milton says Kieran makes a great delivery guy as well with Harrison hand delivering my jersey Christmas present.
Did we?
Wow.
Oh, maybe. Oh, this was like a couple of years ago, I think, maybe, or two. Was it last year?
I don't know. I don't remember you doing it. When did you do that?
Yeah, no, we did hand deliver some jerseys one time. But like when we knocked on the door to give them to the the fans, I didn't even think they recognised who he was. We just like a Deliveroo guy.
It's the Tash, that's what it was. Hadrian Summers says, if you could have any NHL player on the team, who would you pick?
If people know who he is, I'm going Ryan Reeves because he's a tough guy and he looks like an absolute beauty from all the videos I've seen from him. And he's just a big like hype guy for the Leafs and stuff. So I'm taking him.
Okay.
I'm going, well, if it's current NHL, I'm going Austin Matthews all day.
Yeah, he's my favourite as well. I'd agree with that one. Yeah. Okay. Nice one. Andrew Williams says, Kieran, who was your Steelers hero growing up?
No. Probably, I don't know if people remember Jeff Legui. He played for he was number 12 at the Steelers, or 11 or 12, I can't remember. But actually, you know what? I'm lying. Ashley Tate. Because when he was at the Steelers, he was unbelievable. So I would actually say Ashley Tate was my hero when I was growing up.
Cool. I like it. Right. I'm going to have to go quick fire with these questions because there's so many and I'm conscious that we've overrun and I've got to let you guys go. Poor Ryan Aldridge is there cussing me. I can see him there going, hurry up, Dawesy, for Christ's sake. Amy Marlin says, saw these two in the White Rose the other week. They just seem like overall happy people on and off the pitch. It's lovely to see. And it does. I get that impression that you guys are just living your best life.
Well, I'm probably not happy because Ron never wants to cook. So he's always dragging me to White Rose to go for dinner. And I don't want to do that all the time. I want to make some food from home.
I was going to ask, what's the day in the life like at apartment 22?
There's a lot going on in apartment 22. I mean, it's never just us two either. There's normally about 12 guys in here all the time, all day, every day, just chilling out.
I noticed the gaffers down here watching and listening to this properly now, making sure that you're behaving yourself.
We're reading his plays and we're in bed by 8:30 every night.
Even he hasn't believed that, to be fair. Mighty Duck says, I've just got my Christmas order in. Hat, scarf and jersey are on the way. Good man. Katie Kelly says, keep up the good work, guys. Gaffer Cake says, it's so good that all the players are so happy to chat with the fans. Agreed. Well done to you guys for doing this. Seeing them interacting with everyone at the Halloween skate was fantastic. I saw the videos of that. That looked really good.
I was just going to say, just to touch on that, Chris, like as we were talking earlier about the boys being role models for kids, like seeing them at that event. Also, a big shout out to Gail and Paul from the Official Supporters Club who are in the audience tonight. They do an amazing job putting those events on. And it's, like I say, it's just a great thing to see the boys out there on the ice. And they're not just there going through the motions, as skating around with players, stopping for with kids, stopping for pictures. Like I say, it's just really, really good to see. And it's great for the fans that they can come and meet their heroes.
No, I agree. So keep up that great work, guys. Lucy Alexic says, my daughter and I travelled to Telford one dark Sunday night and Kieran went out of his way to give her the match puck. So much respect for the guys, always making time for the little ones. Again, absolutely agree with that. Another one, Naomi Klingo says, massive thank you to Ollie for making my son's birthday special when we bumped into him at Pizza Hut. It was great to meet Ollie's hockey family too. All very kind and shared our cake. We are now massive fans and season ticket holders. There it is. That's what can happen, you see.
I do remember that. At White Rose again. No surprise.
There you go. Daniel Harrison says, get Harrison with an ice bucket. Got to be done.
Yeah, it might have to be done. He ain't going to know when it's coming, but something's going to happen.
Yeah. Joe Shire says, Barony, when can we see another Michigan?
I don't know. I don't plan these things. They just happen. And I don't plan on doing it anytime soon, but we'll see.
That video I saw the other day where you actually got the assist, I think, didn't you? Where it was through your legs and then down the side and then in. That was just ridiculous.
Yeah, I think but Max stole that goal, but I'm not really sure, to be honest.
Yeah, I think yours was the assist in the end, wasn't it? But I think you should be. I think that was illegal anyway, wasn't it? Sorry, Tom. What's that?
Sorry, the league posted it and just gave you the goal, Kieran.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
It should have been. It should have been. So Matthew Barron has said, who has the hardest shot on the team?
Yeah, probably me. I'm not gonna lie. I got a pretty heavy shot.
We had a practice this morning, and I went to the point to block, to take the puck, and some guy, I don't know, 41 his number is, decided to shoot a puck. He said, I couldn't get it past you, so I decided to shoot it at you, and he shot it right at my foot.
Yeah, you just gotta get out of the way, man.
Yeah. I'd say the hardest shot. I'd probably say Bailey Perry, I think.
It's got to be me or Bales. Me or Bales probably got one of the hardest shots on the team.
Fair dues, fair dues. I think this is one for you, Oli. Lily Endicott says, explain Diamond 1 to the fans.
Yeah, oh my.
Is that a move on?
I don't even know how to explain that. It's just Diamond 1. It's just like
it means good.
Yeah, it's like top tier. That's the best thing. So you might hear me saying Diamond 1 quite a lot, but I don't know why. It's just top tier.
Fair dues, fair dues. This is quite a good question. Ellie Holroyd says, does anyone on the team have had any good luck superstitions or rituals?
Well, I mean, I do.
Yeah,
everyone does, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people have certain things they do before a game, like every game. Like I always put my left side of my kit on first. I have to.
Really?
Yeah, every time.
I do. Like I think most guys as well do a little like superstition. Like I do the same thing on ice for every on ice warm up, and I always get off warm up with 41 seconds left in the warm up time. Don't know why. Always done that for a while.
That's really cool. I saw a game where I think two players had the same superstition of having to be the last off the ice at the end of the warm up, and that went wrong.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
It's not a good one to have, that one, is it?
No.
Nicola Kelly says, serious question. What are you most looking forward to this season? What are you aiming to achieve and succeed together as a team?
I mean, it's pretty obvious, to be honest. I mean, you want to win as many trophies as you can. You know, there's no better feeling than lifting the trophies. But I mean, the trophies are nice to win, but I think the league trophy, you know, battling for it all season and picking up injuries and playing for injuries and just lifting that trophy, which we have done, that's the most rewarding, I think. But, you know, I'd like to be in the push for the cup this year. You know, we've been in it, not the final last year, but we've been in it a few times, and then we didn't get through last year. You know, I think that's like we haven't been able to do that yet, so that'll be a nice thing for us to be able to do. What about you?
Yeah, I think mine would be I think if we I want to win the league again, obviously, like everyone says that, but I think to do it 3 years in a row with, you know, like the same big group of guys, you know, with Ryan for 3 years in a row. Obviously, Kieran's been here. There's a lot of guys on the team that this could be the third year in a row, and I think that would be the first ever time that would have happened, and that's a massive thing to say. If we could do that, so I think that would be the biggest achievement for me.
Right. Well, I know you mentioned it, Kieran, but Phil McMahon says for the last 2 years we've struggled in the National Cup. Ryan said it earlier as well. Do you think this is our year to break that curse and bring home the treble?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be pretty cool to do that, but you know, it's hockey. You know, you can't win everything. So, I mean, it'd be pretty special to hopefully do that this year. But you know, I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, I agree. It would be good. I think we can do it. I think we just gotta, you know, to win all three. That's a pretty massive thing. You know, like Ryan was saying when I was listening earlier about you know, at some point, you know, we're gonna not win everything, but obviously we don't sit here and think like that. We want to win everything, but I do believe with the team we have and the people we have, and when we get back to it, like Ryan was saying, we're top of the league right now, and I don't even think as a team we're going 100%. So hopefully when we can, if that's enough to win all three, then I think we deserve to win all three.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting comment you made, isn't it? It is that how does someone deal with adversity compared to riding on the crest of the wave? And it will show up some interesting things, I'm sure. I love this suggestion. Casey Patterson says, can we get some of the players mic'd up in the warm-up videos?
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah,
We
it'd
should
be
definitely
fun.
do that. Tom? No?
It's on the to-do list, shall we say. I
There's a
can't
lot
make
of
any promises, but it's on the list of ideas.
Can I suggest they're not broadcast live?
No. You don't want that.
Well, I'm always
No, there's post-production work.
Yes.
I love
all the
the
magic happens in the edit.
those keeper ones. I absolutely love. They're hilarious. Mic'd up keeper is just
shouting at us a lot in warm-up. Probably I can already you get the death stare from Gozzy now and again. Like if you shoot one like near his head in warm-up, he's just like gives you the stare in the corner and you can't even look at him. You're like scared, and then you just got to be quiet.
I do love that. Our very own Kezia Farthing says, Tom and the boys have done a fantastic job on the socials this year, and a big round of applause. Absolutely. Maria Gilbert says, Kieran, your Halloween outfit was on another level.
This is a family show. This is a family show.
Right, move on. We'll move on to that one, definitely. Katie Kelly says, loving the new videos on match night. They make some noise. Have you caught sight of them? Does it distract you?
Yeah, I saw it before the game actually when I was warming up, and I thought it was pretty funny. But no, I don't really notice it in the games. Really, I don't anyway. I don't know about you.
No, I think like no, I don't think so. I think when I'm on the ice, I'm just zoned out. Because I can hear Brian when he's like shouting at me from the bench. If he's like, if it's a good thing or a bad thing, that's the only voice I can hear.
Bad thing.
From a mile away, yeah, probably a bad thing.
And again, I'm looking at Ryan, and I don't think he believes you, but we'll go with it. Matthew Barron answered the question about the hardest shot. He said, "Me in practice."
I agree with Matty.
Matty he's probably my actually to go back to that question. He's my least favourite player.
Fair dues. Speak to me, Goose. Will Harrison need to buy a fake tash?
He's actually got a little nasty muzzy going on now. He's been growing it for a while, but he's got a little tash, so he's doing the challenge with us.
Yeah, him and Finn need to get some fake tashes for Movember this month.
Oh, that's so cool, Tom. I do apologise that we've overshot, but that we got. I'm carrying on because the fans are really loving this, guys. I apologise that we're keeping you as well.
Fine.
I like this question. Terence Ross says, "Do you guys train with the Leeds 2 team, or are they totally separate from the Knights?"
Yeah, they're like a separate thing. We skate different days to them, and but we have a few guys that play for their team that skate with us. Like obviously Bailey Perry and Mikey Deneko and Edgars. Yeah, there's quite a few of their guys that are stepping up in practice and skating with us, and they're doing a really good job, and that's like the end goal, I guess, for them. They want to play in the Knights 1 team, so it's good.
I think as well, just to add to that, I think it's good for people like myself as well for them to come on, because I think it as a third line player on our team, we only have 3 lines normally. When they come on, it pushes me to try and be better. I feel like, because they're coming to try and take my spot, and in a all good way, like young lads, because we're all young at some point in your life. So you're trying to take the guy above your spot. So I think it's good. It pushes everyone on our team to train better and work harder.
I like that. You mentioned about Mikey Deneko. He's put a comment in himself. He said, "Best Call of Duty player out of the boys."
Questions asked. Actually, is Ryan still here?
Yes, he is.
I don't know what Call of Duty is.
All right, just someone other than you then. Who would it be?
I'd say Matty Barron, to be honest.
Noah's the best Call of Duty player.
Yeah, he is.
Noah's good.
Oh, really? Fair enough.
Bailey was giving me some Call of Duty tips the other day.
Don't listen to him. He's terrible. He's terrible. He's not a team guy either. He's not a team guy. He doesn't play.
Always play the objective. Always.
Never objective.
Oh.
Ryan, you're learning a lot tonight, mate, aren't you, back there? I can see you he's soaking it all in. KT Face says, my favourite part of the night is always Oli going down the team, presumably down the line, she means there. just before face-off, and then the high five he gives Gospel. I watch out for it every week.
Yeah, just try and be a good guy and get the boys going before games. I think, try and be vocal in a positive way. I think, it helps the team. So
I think this was going back to when you delivered the shirt. Jasmine Milton said it was a couple of years ago. I think that's what it's referring to. And we just come back from holiday, so the living room was a mess. I was so confused and embarrassed at the state of the house.
No, I don't really remember, to be honest, but I just remember that the lady didn't look like she didn't know who we were. Me and Harry Walker. It was quite funny.
KC Patterson says, "Are we getting another Christmas song this year?"
Thom,
yeah, Thom. Are they going to get him to do that?
I've seen last year's effort, so we might have to do something to try and top it.
Yeah, I'm down.
I love it. Daniel Harrison says, if you guys want to come to mine and Paige's wedding in November 2025, more than welcome.
Thank you.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly. That's that. There you go. Amy Louise says, what's your favourite book?
Hopefully my mum's not on here, but I don't know if I've ever finished reading a book, as most people could probably tell.
I can't really read, to be honest. But favourite book, probably just like a Diary of a Wimpy Kid or something like that.
Honestly, mine ain't got no words in it. Mine's just like pictures, like a photo album.
I love that. I love that. Ryan, thank you, mate. I've just seen your message. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. The kids are gone to bed. We'll see you soon. So he's disappearing off in the background. See, now we can talk about anything. He's gone. You're fine now. Karen Brown says, learn so much. Thank you, lads. See you Sunday. That's a scary comment, isn't it? You're in trouble now. They've learned a lot.
I know. Everyone knows too much about us now.
Yeah. Mighty Duck says the Olympia driver is the best part of the game. He gives me a high five every time.
We don't see. I don't know who. We don't see that because we're obviously in the room, but that's funny.
Sarah Samples says, I've noticed a few teams opening gates which has interfered with play. It's not something I've ever seen you guys do. Is this something that happens often, and is it because they're losing?
When Griffin went into that bed.
No, it's just like by accident, I think. I don't think anyone's do it intentionally unless they were trying to pull someone in the bench, but that didn't really happen. But
just starts a bench there. So
I think we got one of the best door openers in the league. Harrison Walker's good at that. So he never lets it open, and so
he's pretty good at that. He's pretty good on the old door, Walter.
It's all about the timing. It's all about the timing. Andy Sullivan says, this is quite an interesting comment, actually, and be careful on your answer, but what is your feeling on import goalies?
I think it's a good thing and a bad thing. So a good thing because it's more challenging. I'm not saying British goal is not good, but just they're obviously imports, so they're getting paid good money at a different level. But bad things, obviously it's taken away from British development and British goalies, which I don't want to see, because I'm the same for British players. In the Elite League, it's a tough one. But I think it's good that only a few teams have done it and not every team. But
I'd say the same. I think it's good and bad. I do think though as well, having an import goalie obviously means that you don't get you don't have as many import players. So like we have two forwards and a defenseman. I mean, like Bristol have got goalie, defenseman, and forward. So I don't know. It's up to. I think it's okay. Like it's good and bad, but I think British goalies, if they're good enough, they'll play. So I still think that it's not that it's not a bad thing.
They haven't all worked out, that's for sure. We saw recently, so they can still fight it through. Andrew Williamson says the Grand Slam is hard to achieve. We travel from Teesside. We fell back in love with hockey. Well done to the whole team. And I'm going to skirt through because we got to wrap this one up, I'm afraid, guys. But thank you to Nicola Kelly. What a brilliant first live stream. I've really enjoyed and looking forward to further episodes. See you at both games this weekend, lads, and good luck. Karen Tiffany says, love Ollie's humour. Leeds Knights themselves say, we're incredibly proud to be led by Kieran Brown and to have a great team of guys. Great interviews, Visual PR and Thom. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in. Bless you. Thank you for that. And there are questions, but I can't grab any more of them because I need to let everybody go. Tom's already going to duff me up for this one, but guys, thank you so much for joining us this evening, and it looks like you've enjoyed it as much as I hoped you were gonna.
Yeah, it was good fun. I enjoyed it.
Thanks for having us.
No, much appreciated. I'm going to let you go because I'm going to just wrap up with Thom afterwards. But guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again, I'm sure, very soon. Thom, just a very quick wrap up then, because our whole plan was to do this within 1 hour, but we could have still be going for another hour from now, to be fair, couldn't we?
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? But it's been so great to see all the fans out here interacting in the comments, showing their love for the team. It's great to see you, and it's a joy to put on things like this for you to enjoy. So thank you for making it so much fun.
No, and I genuinely have been bowled away by how much you've got in. You've been absolutely magnificent tonight, viewers. I've absolutely loved it. It's been an absolute pleasure to be part of this with you. And keep your ears and eyes peeled for episode 2. We'll be in discussions of what, when, and everything else. So thank you. I can see there's plenty of comments coming in of showing appreciation, and that does mean a lot to Thom and I. I think I can safely speak to you there, Thom, because we've worked hard on this, haven't we? So I think we'll wrap it up there, and we will, Thom and I will speak in a minute, Thom, once we've ended the stream. But thank you to everyone watching, and we'll see you next time. Cheers all.
Thank you.